Your body has hidden superpowers that they are actively hiding from you, that they never taught you in school or university, because they want to keep you trapped and they don't want you to realize how strong you are. They don't want you to realize that you can sense magnetism. They don't want you to realize that you're literally a human being of light.
The content presented here is all fake news.
Let me explain you the most important powers that you have and also how you can use them and unlock them, how you can heal your body naturally. Why would I know about this? I used to study medicine. Soon enough I realized that most of the things they're feeding me and they're teaching me are lies. So I woke up and I started being obsessed with seeking the truth, and now I'm actively spreading this truth everywhere. So share this video with a friend who needs to hear this. I'm not a friend of long intros, so let's just skip into chapter number 1. Into magnetism. Your body has 5 senses, right? Or at least that's what they taught you in school. You can see, you can smell, you can hear, you can feel, you can taste. You have different taste buds. That's the 5 senses that we use to interact with our environment. And without these, nothing would be there. Like, that's the way that we see everything. But you have a hidden 6th sense. And they even made a movie about 6th sense. And that movie is about seeing that people and talking to that people. Do you remember that kid? Have you ever seen that movie? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. That's a weird movie of childhood. But they did that movie to program you, because that's not our 6th sense. At least not for me. I cannot see that people. I'm honest. I would like to communicate with that people, but I can't. But what you can do and what I can do, and that's the real 6th sense, is magnetize. You can literally influence the magnetism of other living beings, and you can sense and feel magnetism of the things around you, both on a close and or so-called micro environment and also macro environment, like the pole shifts. Let me explain this and let's dig a little bit into how to unlock this. What is even magnetism? Magnetism, it always sounds so sketchy when we were in physics in school, but honestly, magnetism is really simple. Magnetism is just if there's a magnetic field. These magnetic fields, there's different ways we can produce them. And this magnetic field leads to some objects being pulled towards it and some objects being pushed away from it. That's pretty much magnetism 101, and I won't dig deeper into it. And many things in nature are based on magnetism. The one thing you might be thinking about already is these nice fridge magnets you got on your fridge that you have brought there from different vacations and that are just sticking there, or you use magnets to stick something on a whiteboard or a wall. That's pretty much the magnetism that most people know about. And then the North Pole and the South Pole, we know there's something magnetic going on there, but that's the extent to it. So subchapter number 2, how do you sense magnetism? What do you do about all of this? Let me start with a little story. Maybe you have also noticed this the last week, the last month. You somehow feel a little bit off, like something feels different. I have talked to people and they told me that they pretty much don't remember anything from 2024. Like, they could not tell you what they did the last weeks, let alone the last days. And they feel like they lost some kind of connection, like something is happening, something is shifting. And truth is, there is something shifting. We're noticing a pole shift right now. So the South Pole and the North Pole, they're literally shifting their poles. So the whole magnetic field in Earth is actually changing, which is crazy. Please spend a few minutes. If you're curious, I can also tell you in another video, let me know if you want to, but the poles are shifting, just have that in mind. And many people are able to sense that, they feel that, they know that there's something going on, these poles. And I'm not talking about the Polish people, I'm talking about the North Pole and the South Pole. And this should already tell you something, because why are people feeling this? Because we have a way of sensing magnetism. Now, let me give you the 4 scientific-based ways of sensing magnetism. So these are the things where science already admits, yes, you can feel magnetism, you can do magnetism. These are the ones with normal scientific studies. The first one is your nose bone is magnetic. That's it. Like, we know your nose bone is magnetic. It pulls things, it pushes things. That's all we know. The next one is in your retina, in your eye, in the white part and in the part in the middle. There's some magnetic substance, some magnetic fluid. It's called the magnetic cytochrome inside your eyes. It's there. Again, we don't know what it's doing there, but there's something magnetic inside. We can measure that. The next one, the third one, is alpha brain waves. Alpha brain waves, they happen if our body goes into a really relaxed state. And in this relaxed state, we have different kind of brain waves. And if you're in this alpha brain wave, you can, by the way, a little practical hack, you can induce this status if you listen to alpha brainwave music. Check on YouTube, there's videos around it. And if you take a supplement called L-theanine. L-theanine directly induces alpha brainwaves. And these alpha brainwaves, they're also magnetic, which is also crazy. Cool studies around it. And the fourth one is your heart. Your heart actually extends outside of your body and has a magnetic field that's like you can imagine it like a bubble around your body that is always produced by your heart. And that is literally a magnetic field that also influences other people and beings around you. So these are the ways that science already knows, okay, and admits, okay, the body is magnetic, we can sense magnetism, there's something going on with magnetic. We call this being magnetoreceptive. Does this mean that you can push metals around like Magneto from the X-Men and you have like magic powers? Does this mean that? No, for sure not. At least I don't have those powers unlocked. I agree with that. I'm still a little bit sane even though I don't look like it. So don't take me wrong here. It's just opening you up to the sixth sense of magnetism. That was the real reason why we're talking about this, right? And now, under chapter number 3, 1.3, scientifically, is how you can unlock this power and what you can make use of it, at least right now. The first thing is, and this is really practical and important, it's listening to your, we could call it gut instinct. If you have the feeling that some person in your close environment is doing you evil, then this could actually mean that they are doing evil things. You're literally sensing what their heart is sending out in terms of magnetic frequencies, and your heart might be pushing that away, might be realizing it's not good for you, it's harming you. So this might be your magnetic way of understanding the universe and understanding and influencing communications and people around you. Remember, you can smell people. You know, some people smell bad and then maybe they're also not good for you. Some people, you hear them and you're like, nah, I don't like how I hear them, how I perceive them. Again, might be a sign they are not good for you. But you can also have your gut instinct and have your feelings about these people. And we were conditioned in school to not listen to that, to ignore your gut feelings, so the evil people can influence you. I would stand for the exact opposite. Listen to your gut feeling. If you have the feeling that somebody is right for you, if you have the feeling that some situation is right for you, if you have the feeling that you need to quit your job because it's pulling you down, then there's a reason for it. There's a reason for why you're feeling that. Start listening to your body. This is not even esoteric science. I'm reasoning this right now with the magnetic forces that your body is sensing, so listen to yourself. And the next one is, and this is also one of the laws of the universe. If you know my Instagram reels and you know I'm crazy about the laws of the universe, and we need to study the laws of the universe. The law of attraction literally means that when we have positive thoughts and we give positive things into the environment around us, then this is also what we will be attracting. And you can explain the law of positive thoughts and the law of resonance with this magnetic powers, because our heart literally changes the way it sends out magnetic fields. Our eyes literally change the way we receive magnetic signals. And depending on your thoughts, if they're positive, then positive things will reach you. So what's the takeaway? Have more positive thoughts. Nothing bad can happen to you if you have more positive thoughts. It changed my life completely, so I will always try to influence people so they actually have more positive thoughts. Trust me, I vouch for this with my life. Chapter number 2, you can fucking produce light. Your body is a human being of light. All humans are beings of light. They tell you that UV rays from the sun are extremely dangerous. And they tell you that UV rays from the sun, they cause cancer and other things. And they tell you to protect yourself from that. But did you know that your human body itself can also produce UV rays? Isn't that crazy? And the UV rays, they are not harmful. And I can also explain you why you produce them with a little story. You know the Eskimos or the Inuit living in like Canada and these icy regions, and they have like half a year no sun. They're living in their little igloos and stuff, and they're still perfectly healthy and metabolically fine. But they should not be, because we need the sun to survive. If I clicked off the sun right now, you would be dead. I would be dead. Every human being on Earth and every other human being and not human being would be dead right now if you switched off the sun. So we need the sun, and we need the UV rays from the sun specifically to stimulate the receptors and the cells on our body. But Why do these people still can be really healthy with a completely different diet and a completely different sun exposure? And the trick is cold stress-induced thermogenesis in this way. So what is cold stress-induced thermogenesis? Cold stress-induced thermogenesis, how often do I have to see this for this video? What this is it means that if your body is stressed, then it produces more warmth. It warms up. That's why Inuit Eskimos are usually a lot warmer than we are, because they're heating up their body, because they're on one hand stressed because they do not eat carbs, they only eat fatty liver and things. So that's one way they stress themselves. The other stressor is the cold. So literally being in this cold makes you stressed up and improves your thermogenesis. Thermogenesis meaning that your thyroid produces more thyroid hormones, and these thyroid hormones heat up your body, heat up your metabolism. And what these two things lead to in consequence is that their body actually produces UV rays themselves. And these UV rays, then you can even spot them. And they do this themselves, and they do this to keep themselves metabolically healthy. But I mean, you need to realize human beings, we just adapted to the environments we are living in right now. We all came from Africa 70,000 years ago. That's just the truth. But back then we had lots of sun, and now we are living in areas where there's no sun. So there had to be ways that we adapt. And we have to use these adaptations. If we don't use these adaptations, then what happens? We get chronically sick. What is the takeaway from you? What can you learn from this topic about light and being a being of light? First of all, really cool. Your body has superpowers. They don't tell you. You're really strong. You're magic. You're fucking magic. That's what I want to tell you. But nevertheless, you need to adapt to the environment you're living on. If you're living in shitty London weather, then you need to make use of a different form of diet. You need to make use of different forms of stressors to heal your body. It would be useful to cut down the carbs. It would be useful to use local antigen-rich water, local antigen-rich fruits. These kind of adaptations to the environment you're living in, you have to do. You cannot live the same way somebody's in Mexico living. You're metabolically a completely different being. And you're a magic being. And the third one is healing the body naturally. Your body does not want to be sick. Why would God create something that purposely gets sick when they are 30 or 40? He did not. That's not how it works. Listen to this. Every 7 years, every single one of your human and non-human cells, 28 trillion cells is how many cells you have, gets completely renewed. Some cells get renewed quicker than others. Your liver gets renewed every 6 weeks. Every 6 weeks you have a new liver. Other organs like your skin, they take a little bit longer. Other organs like your hair, it gets quicker. Other organs like your kidney, it's a lot slower. So depending on the organs, there's a different cycle. Everything in life goes in cycles, but everything still heals. So in theory, if you give your body the right way to heal and you approach everything with a healing mindset, with a diet that heals you, with walking that heals you, stopping toxin exposure that kills you, if you're going after this dogma, then your body will always return to a state of nature and to a return of being healthy. So your body has the ability to heal itself. And what are the best ways to actually heal yourself? And I'm talking about this in many videos. It's nature. There's now new institutions being built up, new retreat centers for cancer patients. And what they do with these cancer patients is they put them in nature. They let them hug trees. They let them stand on the floor. They let them be in direct sunlight. They let them fast. They let them eat fruits. And what this does, it hyper-stimulates your immune system. It hyper-stimulates your body's natural innate immune healing systems to actually reverse diseases. And yes, this is possible. This is not medical advice. I'm not telling you to do this or give up any treatment. I'm just trying this to open your eyes to more. There's a lot more than what you're being told that you could try, that you could see, that you could use to heal yourself. Don't believe all their lies. They keep you sick. They keep you trapped. They keep you on a low vibrational system. They want you anxious. They want you paranoid. They want you bloated. They want you sick. So you buy their food. You buy their pharmacies. Your body can heal itself. Your body is magical. Your body is strong. Follow for more.